What's the closest you ever got to accidentally killing yourself? I was 19 at the time, and I'm 41 now, but I still remember that night as clearly as if it happened yesterday. It had just stormed something fierce in my neighborhood. Streets were flooded, puddles were more like ponds, and the storm drains were overflowing. A bunch of us were out, wandering around, checking on neighbors, and basically just being young idiots with nothing better to do. My friends and I had spotted a car stuck in the middle of a flooded street, engine stalled, a drunk guy sitting helplessly behind the wheel. The guy had obviously tried to push it himself and failed miserably, so we offered to help. I was on the side of the car closest to the curb, using my right foot to feel where the edge of the curb was so we wouldn't accidentally scrape the car into it. Water was at least waist deep at that point, the kind that makes you wonder if even small debris floating by could knock you over. The drunk guy was yelling something incoherent, probably giving us directions that didn't make any sense, but we ignored him and focused on moving the car. I stepped forward, trying to push and feel my footing at the same time, when suddenly my right foot slipped. Not just a slip, I literally fell through a metal grate. I had no idea that the storm drains were designed to open slightly to let more water in, and that night apparently, one had loosened just enough for me to fall into it. I went down fast. The water was a little above my waist, and I fell shoulder first, smacking into the collarbone, the shock making the air whoosh out of me. My arms shot out instinctively, grabbing the edges of the grate, trying to keep myself from being sucked under. For 15 or 20 seconds, I dangled there, chest just above the water, trying to keep my head and arms from being swept away. The current was stronger than I realized, and I was starting to panic because if I lost my grip for even a second, I'd have been dragged in. I could feel the water trying to pull me down, and I remember thinking, this is it. This is how I'm going to drown, in a flooded street in my own neighborhood over a dumb drunk guy's car. My friend, Jesse, was on the other side of the car. He must have seen me vanish because he immediately leaned over and grabbed my arm. He pulled with all his strength, yelling something to make me hold on. I kicked my legs against the side of the grate, trying to get leverage, and he kept pulling. It felt like minutes, but it was probably only 10 or 15 seconds of sheer terror. Finally, my feet hit solid pavement, and Jesse yanked me completely out of the opening. I collapsed on the wet asphalt, coughing, chest heaving, completely soaked, and shivering not from the cold but from pure adrenaline. I looked up at him, still in disbelief. I would have drowned, I said, half laughing, half crying. He just shook his head, laughing nervously too, but I could tell he was scared. Dude, that was way too close, he said. I nodded, unable to speak. After we pulled ourselves together, we went back to helping the guy with his car. Somehow we managed to push it out without any more incidents. The drunk guy was mumbling incoherently, clearly oblivious to the fact that he almost indirectly got someone killed. I didn't even yell at him. I was too shaken. Every step I took that night was cautious, careful, double-checking the ground beneath me. Since that day, I have never ever gone into floodwater again. Even ankle-deep puddles make me nervous now, and I'm constantly aware of what's underneath. A metal grate, a hidden drop, debris, anything that could sweep me under. I think about it every time it rains heavily, every time I see a flooded street. I still drive past that same corner and remember Jesse pulling me out, the sensation of the water pressing against me, the fear in my chest that I wasn't going to make it. It changed the way I think about risk, even in situations that seem harmless. I wasn't trying to be reckless. I just didn't know the danger. That 15 to 20 seconds, suspended in water and fear, could have been the last moment of my life. I don't even like to think about what would have happened if I'd lost my grip, if Jesse hadn't reacted in time, if I'd panicked harder. Sometimes I tell the story to friends now, but I don't do it for laughs. It's a memory that sticks with you, the kind that reminds you how fragile things are. A small misstep, a hidden hazard, a moment of overconfidence, and your life can change, or end, completely. I got lucky. Very, very lucky. And I will never forget it.